Back to school, the countdown continues. Most students will head back to class on August the 29th. That means now is the time you're getting the supplies, a first day outfit, you're getting ready for those early mornings once again. It's also the time of change for pets that will be left at home. Today we're joined by Dr. Kelly Gebhardt from Happy Tails Veterinary Emergency Clinic. She's going to be answering all things pet related today. So how do you get your question in front of our expert? Well, this is easy. This is how you do it. You text it to us. Then we're going to put the number up on the screen for you so that you can text us your question, 336-379-5775. These questions are anonymous, but you get your question answered in real time. And we're going to be taking your questions throughout the next half hour. All right, so first and foremost, the kids are heading back to school. Yay, right? All the parents are saying, thank goodness, right? How can you prepare your pet for that schedule change?
Right, so this is a time of transition and anxiety for everybody, the kids, the parents, the pets, and the pets can sense all that kind of amped up energy. And this is also an interesting time because it's also post-pandemic. So the summertime, everybody's home and they're around the pets all the time. Prior to this, during the pandemic, maybe there was a lot of family at home from school and work. So this year in particular could be a big time of change in schedule. And if your pet is used to you being home, you want to start early with preparing them with the new schedule. It takes a little bit of work, but it will pay off in the long run.
All right, so maybe go ahead. Yeah, I was going to say, like, should you leave them at home for a couple hours more than you normally would a day?
Exactly. So you want to maybe get up earlier, set your alarm for that time when you would normally get up from school, start that schedule a week or two before school starts, get up, let them out, give them their breakfast earlier. So you start to adjust their biorhythms to the earlier schedule, get that backpack and lunchbox out and set it out as that morning routine so they don't start to see that as this trigger of anxiety of people leaving, but it's part of their normal routine for a week or two before school starts. Getting them really tired, maybe in the morning, if you can, exercise them a little bit before you leave so they get out some of that nervous anxiety or energy. And a tired pet is a good pet. So having them gotten that energy out in the morning before you leave is always a smart move if possible. It's challenging because sometimes getting ourselves out the door on time is hard enough, but you know.
I would agree.
So those are some things you can do, and really watching your pet for signs of anxiety, like excessive barking, drooling, panting, pacing, destructive behaviors like chewing on door frames, or other things that they may do. If you see those signs of separation anxiety, talk to your regular vet and see if maybe they have some recommendations or medications to help your pet through this time of transition.
Yeah, you make really good points, especially if they were COVID pets or they just got used to the COVID, lifestyle with more people at home and then summer. All right, so what should we do while we're leaving our pet alone?
Yeah, this is a very challenging thing to do for me, but I've worked through it, that when you leave and when you come home, you need to be as low-key as possible. As much as you want to give them lots of kisses and say, I love you, I miss you, I'm so sorry I have to go, that actually amps up their anxiety. So being as low-key and making that departure and arrival as low-key as possible is really important. Give them a tasty treat to distract them and slip out the door. When you come home, if you can, do your best to ignore them for 3 to 5 minutes or until they get down through that excitement, maybe settle back on their bed, then go over and say hi. But when you make it as uneventful as possible during the leaving and the arrival home, it actually decreases their anxiety. When you make it a big deal, then it actually amps their anxiety. So it's hard for us. Sometimes I walk out the door and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, I want to give them kisses, but I know it's better not to do that.
Dr. Gebhardt, I physically went, what? When you said try to ignore the dog for 3 to 5 minutes when you come home?
It's so hard. It's so hard.
They've got all the wiggles going and all the tails going. There's no way.
I know. It's so hard, but it works. I swear it works. It's so hard. And it's harder on us than it is on them. But then you notice that they start to get a little bit more chill when you get home. And it starts to slowly decrease in that anxiety and excitement. And ultimately, it's better for the frame of mind when we're not home to do those things during the departure and arrival. It's hard, but it's good. It's good for them.
Goodness. Okay. All right, so what do you need to watch out for when it comes to the backpacks and the lunch boxes that are soon going to be, always on the floor or on the chair or whatever?
Yeah, that is something that we don't really think about as being a source of potential problems for our pets. But pets like to snoop around and smell the new smells and see what's in there. It's very attractive, and they can get into some trouble by creating, if they ingest something, it could create a foreign body obstruction or even a toxicity. So those are things we might not think about. But leftover lunches, kids take raisins in their lunch. They might have sugar-free products with xylitol, which could be toxic, macadamia nuts, onions, garlic. If they left food in their backpack and it got moldy and your dog eats it, it can cause some toxicity from that, leading to tremors. Also, the cold packs that are used to keep lunchboxes cold, if they bite those, that can cause a toxicity. And then we don't think about medications, ADHD medications, asthma medications like albuterol inhalers. We see a number of those every year from dogs chomping on an albuterol inhaler and getting albuterol toxicity. Over-the-counter medications that you may have for colds, anti-inflammatories, any of those things, if a dog eats it, dogs in general, less so cats, but because they're not inclined to get in as much trouble as dogs. But if they get any of these things, they could lead to toxicities. So you want to keep those backpacks up on a hook out of reach or in a cabinet with the door closed or a closet with the door closed, and also put those lunch boxes on the counter when you come home from school or before you leave to make sure those aren't accessible to cats and dogs.
All right, all good things. And
Mhm.
most of this is we have to train ourselves so that our
Yeah.
pets can be safe. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've got more about toxins and things of that nature and back to school, as well as your questions coming up next.